I visited Ghana for the very first time as a Nigerian, and a lot of things shocked me. And that's why I'm making this video today, to share those culture shocks. Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. It's your girl Fav Opera, and I am back again with a very stimulating video today. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing those shocks I experienced as a Nigerian visiting Ghana for the very first time. And if you're just coming across this channel, my name is Fav Opera, and I am a travel creator currently traveling Africa and showing its beauty to you. So do well to check some of my experiences, okay? And make sure you touch that subscribe button, subscribe, tap the bell so you're notified anytime I post new videos, okay? Now let's get straight into the video. Now, first and foremost, I could say my impression started from the sky. Yeah, immediately I got to the territory of Ghana in the sky while still in the plane. You guys, you cannot even imagine what I noticed. I noticed the settlement arrangements. Like, I could literally see greeneries from the sky, how it was arranged. Apart from greeneries, I saw lightings. Like, it was just arranged in such a planned manner. I was like, whoa, is this Ghana? Wow. So from the sky, I was already like shocked, because as a Nigerian, what I already had as my impression of Ghana, seriously, if I begin to say it here, it's going to be stimulating. But if you follow social media, the banter between Nigeria and Ghana on social media, you'll see that many Nigerians think that Ghana is just a very, very small country, as small as a state. But when I got here, just from the sky alone, I was like, oh my god, there's definitely a difference between Lagos, Nigeria from the sky, and then Ghana. The lightings, the way the greeneries were arranged, I was like, wow. Then when I now landed the airport, you guys, I was like, okay, the reception, let me now explain the reception, how everything was just organized, from landing to conveying us through the airport bus to the airport hall, and then going through the immigration and the whole Akwaba, welcome to Ghana. The reception was really, really nice. I cannot even finish talking about my experience without talking about the aspects of the airport. I don't know, maybe because of the kind of colors I like. The airport, I loved the interior. The person that designed the airport really did an amazing job. Yeah, yes, the airport is not to be, but then it works. I remember posting the video of the airport because I was like, I could not see this alone. I needed to share it so that people can actually see what this airport looks like. And I got to learn from the comments that this airport won an award of the year for best airport. And I was like, oh wow, this is nice. Actually, yeah, it's not as big as so many airports we know, but it's actually workable, okay? Now, on leaving the airport and driving through the city, you guys, you see that greeneries I saw above in the sky? I saw it again. And I was like, this is so nice. The greeneries, how it lined the city, like, it was just really, really nice for me, because as a medical personnel, I understand the importance of greeneries and plantations. Apart from the medical importance, it beautifies the city. And then the buildings. Another thing again I noticed is that some of the buildings I saw in Accra were similar to those in Nigeria. Take for instance commercial buildings like banks. I saw First Bank, and that was the first one I saw, and I was like, oh my god, this is so nice. So we also have First Bank here in Ghana. I saw Zenith Bank, I also saw GT Bank, and I was like, wow. Ha. okay, I kept seeing a lot of things driving through the city. One thing that seemed like a major shock for me was that my driver could not understand English. I don't know why. So there was a language barrier, because he was supposed to show me at least, someone that just arrived, landed your country now. Like, okay, we passed so many major places. I'm not saying he's not a tour guide, I understand. But then if you get to Nigeria and a Nigerian discover that you're just visiting the country for the very first time, they'll definitely show you, okay, this place that we're passing, this is this is that. Yes, I came to the country to tour the country, but we're passing places. Can you even imagine I passed the seat of Presidency? And I did not even know, but I just felt that this building looked very, very nice. It's too nice for me to just pass like that, and I had to ask, what is this place that's so fine like this? And it just looks so different. It looks like a very important place, and I found out that was the seat of Presidency of Ghana, and I was like, whoa. I even saw some other nice hotels, like really nice places, and I'm like, is this the Ghana I used to think it is? Because it doesn't look like. But that aside about my first impression, another thing again, I don't know if I'll call it a culture shock, is that the sun in Ghana, the sun is sunny. The sun is sunny. Just the first day I landed Ghana alone, and I was trying to film to show what I was seeing. My camera was overheating through the car, and I'm like, okay, this car is wind up, and the sun in Ghana is different. Aside even from that driving path, while I was visiting the different like tourist attraction sites, the sun was so much. We had, when we come down, you know, to like take pictures, make videos, see so many touristy landmarks. The sun, let's just leave that. Next culture shock is the fact that the pronunciation of Ghanaian English words and ours is quite different. I understand that yes, there are accents, and accents are meant to be different, okay? But then the pronunciations are quite different, because I can be speaking, or right now I'm speaking now. I'm sure a lot of Ghanaians are finding it hard to understand some of the things I'm saying, and some people might even play back to hear the words or how I pronounce the word. In Nigeria, we, you know, pronounce words, we stretch the pronunciation. For example, like once called doctor, as in doctor, we pronounce it like stretch the pronunciation. But then Ghanaians, we call it dak. Another example is, okay, we were passing through a particular area, and I was like, oh, you guys have joints here. So my Ghanaian friend was like, sorry, what do you call it? I'm like, yeah, joints. Like, he was like, okay, here it's called pub. I'm like, what's pub? He said, look at the like, description written on the board, and you see it. I saw it and I was like, oh, is it pub you're calling pub? Like Pablo. So I'm just like, okay. So there are just a lot of things like in Nigeria. You see these public buses, we call it danfo, especially in Lagos, Nigeria, we call it danfo. But in Ghana, it's called TRRO. Then they call the people that collect money from passengers conductors. You get? But in Ghana, they call them mates. Same thing as police station. It's being called police station in Nigeria, but in Ghana, it's being called police service. So there's just a lot of fun things. Like, okay, for example, now candy, they call candy toffee. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it toffee well, but it's just fun. And sometimes, because I'll be trying to speak, and you know, it's Nigeria and Ghana speak. We are Anglophone speaking countries, like in Africa. So we're speaking the same English, but then we're not really like getting each other very much. That will bring me to my next point. It's actually really funny, but then it's kind of shocked me when I heard it for the first time. You know, when people are conversing, two locals are conversing, and during their conversation, I heard one shouted, hey, and I'm like, what is going on? I don't, and the conversation still kept going, and I'm like, what's happening? I had to ask my Ghanaian friend, what's going on? He said that is how they converse. That hey, they're just like Nigerians exclaiming and saying, like maybe you are shocked about something, and you're like, So after that, I think majority of time I was just like, hey, that's something I took from Canada. When I'm trying to like use it here in Nigeria, people are like, are you okay? What's going on? Hey. But yeah, you know the way in Nigeria you can see your friend and just like refer to your friend as my guy, have fun and what. So in Ghana you hear them say chale alpha. Another thing again that shocked me was this thing I term walking distance. Maybe you're walking and you ask for direction and people tell you, oh, it's just a walking distance. You can just find it's just a walking distance, and then you start walking. My dear Nigerians, let me tell you something, or the other Africans, you are going to trek and trek, because tell me why you're telling me that it's a walking distance and in 20 minutes I am still trekking to the place. I've not gotten there. Why? I don't understand. So it happens to me twice. Okay, first was when I visited Kumasi market, and I was supposed to look for a designer store. So I asked my Ghanaian friends, okay, in this designer store, do we need to take an Uber or do we need to take a TRRO? I was like, no, it's just a walking distance. We kept walking. Do you know that rain even started falling on us that day? And I'm like, sorry, walking distance, and we are still walking. How far is it? He said it's just a walking distance, close. And after that day, and the next time I tried it, I'm like, oh no. Once you just say walking, I will take that cab or take that vehicle to where I'm going to. But that brings me to my next point, which is transportation in Ghana is very expensive. Now I understand why majority of persons don't really visit some of their tourist attraction sites there. Some Ghanaians don't even like get to enjoy their touristy sites. And as a foreigner, if you visit Ghana, going from one tourist attraction site to the other is so expensive. Ubers are very, very expensive. And you will not want to use public transportation now because your steeds will drop and all that stuff. So yeah, and that's also like kind of told me that, oh, Ghana is not as small as I used to think it is, because if one tourist attraction is far from the other like this, it's actually not as a small country. So if you're in Nigeria or any other African country thinking Ghana is one small country like that, please take it out of your mind. Okay, let me talk about the lights. I don't know why they say, they say Ghana has 247 lights. When I was there, I stayed in different accommodations. Yes, I stayed in an Airbnb, apartment, hotel, different places, because I visited Kumasi, I visited Accra, I visited Uphill, Ibiri. So I stayed in different accommodations, and light was not 247. They took light when I was there, but it's not to spite anyone. I just had to say what I experienced. It shocked me because I was expecting light 247. And another thing again, I noticed the wrong impression Ghanaians have about Nigerians, especially the ones that are not learned, because I know that the ones that are learned understand that, oh, Nigeria is not what it seems. And one thing I noticed is that Nigerians tend to bring out negative part of our country and say it very well, but you're not even seeing the positive part, because the positive part outweighs negative part. But this is not about Nigeria, Sha. But I'm just trying to say, I met a couple of people and asked them questions, what they think about Nigeria, what they think about Nigerians, and majority of the things they said is that, you see that local movies that they used to watch on African Magic, that's how we live. Please, that's not how we live. We have cities. I feel like more Ghanaians should visit Nigeria so that they can see by themselves. It's not like the African Magic. We have cities. It's not just Lagos that is Nigeria. We have other parts of Nigeria. For Christ's sake, we have 36 states in Nigeria. We have Abuja, so many places. Well, that will bring me to my next point. Nigerian music and movies were literally played in majority of places I visited. While I was going from Accra to Kumasi, they played Nigerian movie 80% of the time, both going and coming in the bus. I follow VIP bus, by the way. And then the music, when I got to their beach, Nigerian music. In the cab, Nigerian music. I'm like, oh, I'm a proud Nigerian girl. But yeah, that aside, which will bring me to my next culture shock, which is the food, guys. See, if not for any reason, one of the best reasons to visit Ghana is because of the food. The food here is bomb. See, I'm not even exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating. The food. You see, one of the things that I like so much is it wache? Combination of beans, spaghetti, rice. Sometimes they add gari, stew. Then that shito that is pepper. Then they add we call it in Nigeria pomo or kanda, but they call it wele, like as in were. Nigeria wele. They add everything. If you want fish meat, they can add everything and just mix the whole thing together. And you guys, it was so nice. And I'm like, wow, this combination. I don't know if some Nigerians have tasted spaghetti and beans, but it gave that vibe, but better. Then I tasted many of their other foods that was really nice. But then there's something that shocked me. You see that jollof rice, Ghanaian jollof? I don't know why it's so hyped. Please, before you start dragging me in the comment section, just try to understand that I tasted it in Kumasi, I tasted it in Accra. It was not giving what I expected. Or maybe my taste buds are just maybe biased, but I love the fact that Nigerians, I love the fact that Ghanaians love spicy foods. Yes, their foods are very, very spicy. They have pepper, they eat pepper very, very well. But then the jollof did not just cut out, because I tasted from both local places and then fancy places. The jollof was not just, I would choose Nigerian jollof anyhow, not just because I'm in Nigeria, but I'll just choose. But you see the food, you see, especially I tasted their roadside noodles and spaghetti. Oh my god, I'm going to come back to them and just eat that, because it was very, very yummy. I also noticed that they have similar food with that of Nigerians, and somehow modified. And I keep saying Nigerians and Ghanaians are brothers and sister nation, but I don't know, some people don't like that word, but I'll still say it. Yeah, we are brother and sister nation. Okay. Another thing again, I noticed that people love our African magic, our movies so much. It's not just Ghanaians, but even other African countries like Kenyans and the rest. And that is a plus too. So I really, really felt welcome. Now, this is like a very, very important culture shock for me. You see, the cost of data in Ghana is expensive. See, it's not just Ghana. I visited some other countries, like I've visited Benin Republic, and I noticed that we in Nigerians are enjoying. We are enjoying because they use both MTN, Airtel, Tigo, Vodafone, but subscribing is super expensive. It doesn't even last. Even if you tend to do like larger amount, it doesn't last long. I don't know, but that's something I found very shocking. But no matter how much you try to do your subscription, even as far as getting local SIM cards to do subscription, it still finishes. That will bring me back to when I was talking about the banks I saw earlier. I was like, okay, since I saw similar banks in Ghana, let me go and try it with my MasterCard. I went and it's not working for Nigerian cards. So before you say, okay, there are similar banks in Ghana as in Nigeria, and you just carry your card, please get money where you're supposed to get money, convert where you're supposed to convert. Okay, yeah. Finally, talking about the money, which is something that like kind of distorted me. I was just like, you see that coins? When I found out that Ghanaians still use coins, I was not really like surprised, but it was actually fun to know. And they call it pesos. So something that stressed me was when I tried taking TRRO and I was to give the amount. For example, when I entered TRRO and I was okay, I think it was three cedis, 50 pesos. So I was trying to look for the pesos. It was stressing me from my post, trying to look for pesos and checking which one is 50 pesos, which one is 20 pesos, which one is 10 pesos. It was frustrating, but at the same time, it was still fun. So I have a lot of things to say, but I'll just bring this video to an end here, and we can continue in the comment section. Tell me some of the things you experienced as a Nigerian in Ghana, or as a Ghanaian in Nigeria, or as any other African country in Ghana. Okay, and we'll continue from the comment section. Thank you so much for watching to this part of the video. If you liked this video, please hit the like button, share someone you know